What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Ravens Week 4 preview as my 2-1 Cleveland Browns are back at the dog pound for the second straight week this week, coming off an absolute dominant, and I mean dominant, performance against the Tennessee Titans as they welcome another division rival. Yeah, how about that? 3 division games in the first 4 weeks for the Browns, and 2 of them are at home, including this week, as we welcome the 2-1 Baltimore Ravens, who are coming off a gut-wrenching loss at home to Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, how about that, huh? The Ravens lost to the Colts 22-19 in overtime. Now, of course, Ravens fans are on Twitter and stuff complaining about some no calls that happen. But that's just the way these refs are. I mean, heck, we got screwed out of a touchdown because a ref assumed that Amari Cooper was going to step out of bounds, even though he was nowhere close. He still scored later on, but that still pisses me off to this day. Because that would have been more stats for Deshaun and Amari. Deshaun would have looked even better. But no, dumbass ref who was standing right there says, "Oh no, he stepped out." And of course, he blew the play dead, which means they couldn't review it. When will these refs learn just to let it go? Review it later. My God. I swear, dude. Oh. But anyways, looking at what the Ravens did last week against the Colts, Lamar Jackson did his typical Lamar Jackson thing. Scored on the ground, 14 carries, 101 yards, 2 tutties. Other than that, no other Ravens scored any touchdowns. Through the air, Lamar, 22 of 31, 202 yards, got sacked 4 times. That's something to watch with how good our pass rush is. I mean, look at what we did against Derrick Henry, right? We bottled him up. We limited his effectiveness. Now, I know Jim Schwartz is going to cook up something nice for Lamar. And as long as our guys up front can contain their gaps and set the edge, we really shouldn't have a problem. You look at their receiving core, Zay Flowers is a stud. Nelson Aguilar, they have Mark Andrews, of course. Odell Beckham's injured. Tillon Wallace just got placed on IR. Devin Duvernay's all right, I guess. Rashad Bateman's all right, cool. Yeah. But, I mean, the only one that really scares me, maybe, is Zay Flowers. Really. And of course, we got Denzel Ward to deal with him. Hopefully Greg Newsome will be back. MJ Emerson's looking like a dog, right? Yeah. I think if our pass rush can get to Lamar, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, man. Now, looking at the series history, as you can imagine, it's all Ravens. Yeah. They lead the overall series 35-13. Man, I didn't know it was that bad. My God. I mean, a lot of that was, mid 2000s to like the early 2010s when we were ass. In fact, the last time we swept Baltimore was 2007. Yeah, we beat their asses in Cleveland, and then Phil Dawson had the doink that went over the crossbar. Remember that? Originally, the refs ruled it was no good, and the Ravens started celebrating, and they looked at it, and then they reviewed it, and they said it went over the crossbar and hit that little extension point, and then came back in the play. So it was a good field goal, and we wound up winning that game. Now, the last time Baltimore won last year, Week 7, that was a lot of shenanigans. There was a lot of shenanigans in that game. We had a chance to go down and win the game, but flags. Yeah. That last drive was marred by penalties for the Browns. One, pass interference on Amari, and then I think we tried to go for like a field goal and a couple of flags too. Yeah, because our center moved. Okay. Then the last time we beat the Ravens, of course, was last year, week 15, against Tyler Huntley. Yep. Now, you can say, oh, you haven't beaten Lamar since what, 2019? Well, we've barely faced him. That's the thing lately. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Should be a good game. Now, before I get into the preview part, I do have one little bit of news to show you, or it's more or less stats. No news this week, as of right now. I talked a lot about stats and stuff in my Victory Monday stream. But, of course, I have the lovely rankings to look at from Brad Stainbrook on Twitter. And I quote, Browns Week 4 Power Rankings. ESPN has us ninth. Same with Bleacher Report and NFL. USA Today has us 8th. The Athletic, 13th. And CBS Sports, 12th. So overall, same general area. Not too bad. You know, we're like mid. You know, we're not like top tier. We're like mid to somewhat pretty good in terms of the power rankings. But man, oh man, coming off that game on Sunday, I know this team is juiced up, man. Because what I've seen so far in these first 3 games from this team is this defense is for real. The offense is still trying to figure it out. But man, oh man, if we see what we just saw from Deshaun, oh, it's going to be fun. Because it looks like Deshaun's finally starting to really settle in. Late in that game, he was throwing some beautiful balls, man. Oh, right on the money. That throw to DPJ, oh my God. DJ like turned around and the ball was practically already in his grasp. That's what you call anticipation. Like for real. He's been throwing some nice ass passes along the sidelines. I love it. Now, with that being said, though, this is our first real test coming up. This is our chance to shut the haters up. For real. Because as you can imagine, while we're out here kicking ass and taking names, the haters are over here running their mouth. They're saying we ain't for real. Well, the weather helped you against the Bungles, and then, oh, you lost to the Steelers, and then it's like, the Titans are ass. That's what they're saying, pretty much, right? Yeah. We go out there this Sunday and do what we just did to the Titans, to the Ravens. Oh my God. Oh my God. The haters would have to realize this team's for real. Maybe we ain't no fluke, right? Especially if our defense does what they just did. It's going to be a good one, though. It's going to be a test. But I'll tell you what, those guys are ready for it. Now, with that being said, let's get into my 3 keys to victory. Key number 1, as always, the most important one, contain Lamar Jackson. Bottle him up like you did to Derrick Henry. Now, I thought with Todd Monken going to Baltimore, I thought he'd make Lamar throw the ball more. But it looks like he's still doing what he does best, and that's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He is still, indeed, one of the slipperiest quarterbacks in the NFL. He's so hard to contain because he's so damn elusive. But hey, we got a guy just like that. We saw that last week. I thought for sure he was going to get sacked a couple times, and this dude just spun out of it. He slipped out of it. Like for real. It's really good for this team because we got to deal with this in practice. It's a good way to practice for Lamar, too. Not to mention we have PJ Walker, who's just like that talent-wise, very mobile, like Lamar, but he's a mobile quarterback. He has that ability. Of course, these guys got to go up against Deshaun Watson every day in practice, so they know how to deal with Lamar. To mention, a lot of these guys have dealt with Lamar for years. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. We got to deal with Jadeveon Clowney this week. That should be fun. Key number 2, maintain momentum from last week on both sides, especially the offensive side. The defense has been looking phenomenal. I mean, through 3 weeks, they've allowed 1 touchdown. They have not allowed a touchdown at home yet. I'm sure that'll change at some point. We're not going to go a whole season without allowing a touchdown at home. But seriously, though, imagine if a team did that. Didn't allow a touchdown at home the entire year in the NFL in this day and age. How rules favor the offense. Imagine. I mean, we're probably going to allow a touchdown or 2 this week, but still, I mean, damn. We've gone 3 weeks allowing 1 touchdown and 0 touchdowns at home. In fact, opponents have barely been in our red zone. The Titans only started in the red zone because of that fumble by Elijah Moore. And even then, we booted them out of the red zone. They only had, a handful of plays in the red zone all game? He had 6 first downs the entire game. I mean, it's the Titans, but still. 6 first downs the entire game? Oh. I knew our defense was good, but damn. But again, it's the Titans. Whatever. They're ass. Without Derrick Henry, they're feeble. Yeah, that's easy to game plan for. All you got to do is stop Derrick Henry. You stop him, and they don't know what to do. Tannehill's mid as always. The weapons don't really scare anybody. I mean, D-Hop's still good, but other than D-Hop, who do they really have? Right? They ain't as dangerous as they used to be. Vision is Jacksonville's to take, but do they want it? Do the Jags actually want that division? Because the rest of their teams in that division are ass. They're either ass or they're rebuilding. Like Jacksonville, up and take the division. What? For real, man. The Titans are ass. They suck. The division is yours if you want it. All right, enough of that. Back to Ravens Browns. Yeah, can maintain the momentum from last week. Defense, we already know what they're going to do, hopefully. But it's the offense for me. If the offense can go out there and continue what they did at the end of last week's game, we'll be good. Be fine. And number 3, take care of the ball and force turnovers. I mean, heck, I still remember that game a couple years ago in Baltimore. We forced like 4 or 5 turnovers on Lamar, but we lost because Baker Mayfield was ass. If you guys haven't realized already, ass is one of my favorite words. Call me ass man. Ass dog. Crazy ass. Oh man, but yeah, we got to Lamar that game, and that was, I think, the last time we faced. No, actually, the last times we faced Lamar, they've been on the road. It's the first time we faced Lamar at home since the game where we had to go to the locker room. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because the last couple times we faced him at home, well, he started a game a couple years ago at home, but he got hurt. Yeah. That was actually the last time, I think, we beat them at home. Yeah, straight up. Of course, last year we faced them with Snoop Huntley, for real. But the game before that, the year before that at home, they started with Lamar. Then JOK tackled him a little awkwardly. He got hurt, and Huntley finished the game, and they damn near came back and beat us. That was when Myles Garrett had that scoop and score. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So it's been a couple years, really, since we faced Lamar at the dog pound. There's always some shenanigans when you play Lamar in general. Yeah, big key here. Take care of the ball and then force turnovers, right? Keep their offense off the field, wear their defense down. Their defense is already banged up beyond belief. I mean, the same thing goes for the whole entire team. I mean, my God, you see their injury report? I saw a Ravens fan tweet about it. I'm like, oh my God. Damn. Practically limping into this game. Now, I don't think it's as bad as in years past, but it's not good. Not good for the Ravens, especially against a relatively healthy Browns team. That's at home, too. So hopefully we can take care of business this week and go to 3-1. Now, my player to watch this week is going to be JOK because he's going to be the guy most likely in charge of spying on Lamar because he's quick enough to keep up with him and he's big enough to actually be able to bring him down. But also keep an eye on like Grant Delpit too. I've noticed on run plays that dude is always hovering near the line of scrimmage. Yeah, he's very quick to the ball, and I love it. So yeah, JOK is going to be a key for us stopping Lamar Jackson this week. Now my prediction, as you can imagine, I got the Browns winning, but I got it going 28-24 Browns. Yeah, the Browns do indeed give up a couple touchdowns in this game. So our little streak ends. But it was going to end at some point, right? I mean, like I said, we weren't going to go a whole season without allowing a touchdown at home. And of course, it would be the Ravens who do it, right? But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll be live tonight for my week 4 picks. Should be a fun week. Yeah, saw some crazy things week 3. Week 4 should be fun. But as always, let's go Browns. Silence the haters. F the Ravens. Let's get this dub and let's go to 3-1. I'm out. Bye. Screw the Ravens. To you, Baltimore. That's a funny meme. I remember that. It was like some spoof commercial. Phew, Baltimore.